Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to part 3, literally the finale of the extravaganza. And so in part 1, we talked all about the initiation because it was actually the 1111 portal initiation. And so that was all about the initiation of our emotional heart and higher heart. Isn't that interesting how the voice now is lost, right? So there was like this wanting to come into physical adjustment of your divinity. And of course, the body starts adjusting, like in my case, and things start shifting, right? So if you have been noticing that, that is happening. Then the second time, what we were into was embodiment. And for a long time, what I would teach was activation, alignment, embodiment. Okay. Now it changes into initiation, embodiment, integration. So they changed the rhythm of how we move through our upgrades, how we move from divinity, vision, and allowing that to come into fruition, into physicality. And so I was like, it was interesting because I was like, integration, like I sometimes don't know where they're leading into. So I'm like, I'm curious what they will do. And it became very clear because the initiation is literally the vision, the initiation with the new energy and your vision combination, like let's activate. In this case, it's integration, right? In that moment of your emotional and divinity. Then the embodiment is where you are the one, where you became that aligned version of you. Now, we all usually think when we are in this aligned version that the reality starts to shift instantly, right? That is not always the case. Not always, when you are in full alignment, is it that your reality is shifting. Integration means that actually that is happening. So it's now not only you being in the embodiment of that attunement with the initiation, everything is in alignment, but you can see the reality shifting. You can see the relationship. You can see the business. You can see the love. You can feel it. You can see it. You can touch it. You can smell it. It's no longer this experience you are having on your own. What I noticed is when people are in spiritual communities, a lot of them actually are embodied. They are. Because they understand the work. And of course, there's always next levels, right? So there's always next and next. So, but it's not that they are not in embodiment of their divine self, but it is the thing, the gap between the embodiment and the integration in daily life. So when they are in classes like this, they feel fully embodied. And now they're next to their partner and it's like, I'm not sure how to actually navigate this, right? I know this part, I recognize this, but what about the integration? And so what starts to happen is we suddenly start to become these very spiritual beings, very much in love with each other and very much in love with the high frequency of containers like this. But then there's a gap between this and your own life, okay? Your own life is integration. And then it's no longer focusing on what am I missing? Like what is not embodied in me? What kind of code am I not getting, right? Because that's usually what we do. This is very different. Integration means how do I not navigate myself, but how do I lead myself? How does the personality lead herself, himself into the reality? What if when I'm on my own, I feel fully embodied, I can feel the vibration, I know, you know, when you're here, you know. And then when you're in life, suddenly it starts to drop. It's like, but that person is doing this and now I'm losing my connection. Integration means the embodied alignment connection, which you can hold in your physical life. When people are not doing what you want, when people are being assholes to you, when people are doing all these things. So when there's life is happening, how can I, that's integration, when you can hold yourself without losing your humanity. Yeah, you still are human. It's normal to be human and to have response to things. But then it's like, am I operating on the response frequency or am I operating on my divine frequency? It's not about never feeling sad. It's not about never feeling angry. It's not about that, but it's like, how do I now engage when this person is upsetting me? How do I now engage when I do not get the results I really want? How do I engage and how can I lead myself in this when I lose my voice, as an example? Not that long ago, I would have been so upset, frustrated. And now it was like, okay, how are we going to move the classes? Because this is it. This is what it is. And so integration is what we're going to talk about today. So first of all, I want you all to set an intention. When you hear the words, sometimes it's good to hear the words again. What is your intention? And I want to make it a little bit bigger, because what starts to happen now, I had my inner circle call just before this, and I explained, we are not just ending a year, because what starts to happen is your energy goes like this. We're actually in the middle of opening new energy portals into the new year, because it is not an ending, meaning closed door, opening the door, hello 23, let's now do it all again. It's how can I allow more of me to integrate, to come into fruition? How can I add onto who I already am, rather than, oh, holidays, oh, that means I'm closing everything, and then we just move through the holidays and, oh, there's a new year. I'm like, no, today is also a call to make sure that you open yourself into the new. The 12-12 portal is still coming, and I will share a little bit more about that too. This time between the 11-11 and 12-12 portal is important. So what is your intention for yourself, not just in this call, but leading into the new year? Let's see. Let's share in the chat. What is it for you? And it is important that when you're listening to the replays, that you write it down. It's not just listening and kind of hoping for it to unfold. It's taking full ownership, writing things down, claiming it, being devoted to who you are and what you want to create and what's important to you. Let's see, Bobby, self-confidence. Well, that's 100% clear, right? Learning my truth, very clear. My intention is to fully live in my power. Greatness, always, I love it. Confidence, self-love. Embodying unconditional love. Centered, grounded energy, healthy boundaries, and speaking my truth. Beautiful. My intention, making new beautiful intentions for projects I already started, but now in a higher level. Living lighter, recognizing my divinity in all situations. Holding my divine frequency when physical pain and fatigue is full in my face. Yeah, that's integration, right? Really acting out of the love field, yes. Dare to speak my truth. Integration of my gifts, intentions, and energies in daily life and in growing business. My intention is flying with my phoenix that has arisen, giving birth to my new life with my new me. Yes. To help those I can reach, lead to their other minds. Self-love and certainty, unconditional love. Being courageous and ready to go all in when it feels right. Yeah. So just hearing all these things, this is a powerful container we are setting, not just for now, but actually into the new like cycle, because it's really leading into a new cycle. And I so love seeing it from the perspective of 11-11 initiation. 12-12 will open a new portal, and they will give us more like details around energies, and then just leading with that through the holidays, leading with that into the new year, celebrating with that into the new year, and then expanding with that into the new year. There's a very different energy if you can roll this way rather than the Christmas and then the new year. Like, it's a very, like, this is the energy wave that is literally here available for you to ride. Grounded, embodied divinity on earth, focus in alignment when I don't get what I want, grounding into the new energetic realm, being empowered, moving in confidence, establish my foundation of my desires, limitless. Let's see what else. How can I allow and open myself to step into my calling with ease and flow into the new year? Understand the bird language I hear in my here being, living my light truth and embody my self-love, My intention is to find what brings me joy, higher frequency of my divinity, joy, abundance, and stand in my truth. And sometimes it's just taking it to a next level. Like when I look at my clients, a lot of them live a very abundant life. They're not coming from lack. They're not coming from need. They just come from great desire to bring more of themselves to the table. Because what starts to happen is when we bring more of ourselves to the table into this world, we start to change the world. And it all is happening in us. Like it's happening in us. And by us attuning to our higher desires and heightened potential and allowing more of that to flow through in greater joy, in greater love, in greater boundaries, in greater health, in greater light, in greater truth, what do you think happens? This is us rising together and creating this ripple effect, because it really is that. When you start allowing this to happen, so the initiation is there, the desire is there, the alignment is there. Ooh, energies start moving, upgrades start happening. Am I ready to hold this upgrade? Physical's upgrade, like mine currently, sometimes mental. Currently on this arena, there's a lot happening. I don't know if you have been noticing, but the mind, the brains, they're doing a lot of work to assist us here in this arena. So it might be that you also sense that. Like things start to maybe shake a little, like what you once believed is not that certain anymore, or you can quite literally feel headaches or them literally working on your mind. A lot happens in here. And then we move into the phase of embodiment, like beyond the upgrade. Like I can feel it, I can see it more clearly. Sometimes in the upgrade, it's not that clear. It's a little bit messy. Then we move into that and it's like, I now know. And then it's like, usually, if you're impatient like me, I've done my part. And now I want to see it in my reality. Anyone? Now, because I've been doing my best. I'm doing all the things, right? I'm doing the alignment. I'm doing my part. But then the bridge into that is your inner strength. Your ability, the ability of your personality to grow in leading herself into this. Because what usually starts to happen, you're all into it, like you're embodied, you know what you want, it's clear. And now it doesn't show up. And now the integration wants to follow. But the integration, where do you think it is happening? Is it happening in you? Embodiment is happening in you. Integration is happening in your life. You want physical results in your life? Integration is happening in your life. The experience itself is embodiment. You can feel joy. You can feel all these things that is in your body, that is in you. But the physical shift of reality, that is next level manifestation, right? Where you suddenly see that your love starts shifting. Because you do not respond in the same way, so they don't respond in the same way. Watch yourself with your children. Do you know what I received the other day? I can whisper it here. An apology on WhatsApp. Are you kidding me? He never apologizes. I am so sorry that I am so temperamental. I'm not really sure what is going on. Like upgrades. I do. I know you don't, but I kind of do. So this is what integration looks like. It's not just about me. It's where I see my love in this case, like attuning to his truth, being able to soften the heart, what we spoke about day one, right? Soften the heart, opening the heart, making more connection, where you see your child giving you a response and you're like, wow. This is where integration happens. It happens in your relationship, in your parenting, in your business, with your clients, with your boss, with your neighbor. Integration is that you lead the template in those situations, but you're not leading it to lead with force so that they will do it. Okay, this is an important thing. You are not leading it with force so that they change. That is not integration. It's not. People have their own pace. Respect their pace. It's not up to us to force people into alignment, into higher frequencies, not ever. It will not get you what you want. It is, however, our job to create an environment, a frequency environment, where it's easy for them to actually attune to your frequency. Can you feel that? If you can lead yourself and you can stay in a different energy, you can stay loving and kind, even if they are in the wrong, but you can still stay in connection. You're not making it about you, but you can make it about how much can I actually hold this? How integrated am I? They are teachers. They will show me how integrated I am. And so now you hold the template for them, but for you. You hold it really for you. But what you will see is miracles happening, because suddenly you get these messages, or suddenly they say things, or suddenly things start shifting and you're like, it's because I liberated myself, and I actually liberate them too. If you have been part of my master course, The Other Side, I talked about liberation of each other, how we as physical beings can allow the liberation to arise for the others at the other side, and how they can actually also do that for us. Okay, so there's this liberation happening. In our reality, in our daily life, we can liberate each other too. Okay, when we change the dynamics because we are embodied and integrated, we shift the whole template. And now people can rise into their potential because they're no longer attached to our frequency kind of template in this lower region, reacting to this. So when we start changing, they can change. Are we doing it for them? No, but you will see the effect, and it's a really nice effect. It's integration. And that's where you see things shifting. Anyway, I'm curious, is this landing? Let's see if it's landing, and what is landing. Very profound. Yes, it is. I love their teachings. It's so good. And it's so nice how they continue to teach us new things, like every month, like it's crazy, the amount of teachings they share. Everything you say is my reality shift now. Yes, it is. And so do not, like, one of the things is, do not doubt your own level of embodiment. Look at how you can lead yourself into integration. Can you feel how embodiment is almost like inward going? It's always questioning, inward. A lot of people start searching for this. They're searching what's wrong, what's missing, like, oh, I'm missing the code, the element, like they're searching outside of themselves. While integration is a moving forward energy. It's in the reality. Can you feel how that energy is different? Now you suddenly start feeling empowered, because in every single situation in your life, you hold the key. And when you're unable to unlock it, it's like, ooh, interesting. Let's take a step back. What happened? Ooh, some old kind of thing came up. Okay. Do I want to lead with that? No. Okay, so forgive myself. It's okay. You're learning, you're adapting, you're changing. In some parts, you are already fully integrated. And in some parts, it is challenging because it's new. However, you will integrate this. If this is your thing, like it's not, there's another thing happening where people start to doubt, can I really, like, this is how it is, this relationship. This is how the business is. This is how this situation is, really? Like 7 years ago, I thought this is how my marriage ends and it will never be the same. And now we're so close to each other in a different way. I could have never made this up. Like if you would have told me, I would have said, no way. Like, and now I see it's now we see ourselves co-creating. So I just want you to know, like, our vision was clear. Our vision was all along. The best plan B available in co-parenting. That was our vision. Best plan B. That was like very clear vision, right? Not a lot of words. And we did it. Took us 7 years to come to this like creation, but it was good all along. We learned. So I want you to set an intention. When I ask you to set an intention, I want a relationship like this, or I desire to create my mission like this, or I feel like I want to lead impact. Like you can just, but it's like holding the vision. Do you think I was like looking at my plan B all the time? No, I wasn't. I set the intention and I was aligning and integrating and embodying as good as I could, leading myself into being capable of greater love, greater forgiveness, all of these things. And that led me into the vision. And now when I'm in it, I'm like, wow, this is magic. Like suddenly it's there. That's with vision. Suddenly it's there. But when you do all the steps of embodiment and integration, it's there 100%. Okay, so let's see. Yes, integration. I do it for me. Yes. Specifically relating to children, showing me where I can lead myself further into like children and partners are and family members are just great. Like all of them are great. Like whoever pick one, they are great because they will show. And like I said this morning, like it's like black light. Well, if it's off, you don't see it. And when you turn it on, you see all the things, right? That's with this too. You will see it everywhere. It's like, interesting. Let's go. Integration. I can see this shift. Now I see why I see the love of my son. Be the change you want to see. Yes. We are all empowered. I align and embody me and the rest will in their way. Yeah, at their own pace. Suddenly it's there. We embody harmony the best we can. Yes. And so it's all of this. So it's a long-term game. It's a long-term game. And if you're like me, I like things fast and furious, preferably like fast. And so leading yourself into the long-term game is essential. If you have children and phones, you see instant. Long-term is hard for them. If you look at their parents, it's actually the same. Adults, we love quick solutions. We love quick fixes. We love fast. We love seeing it now. But everything where we put heart in, where we put our soul and our awareness and our love and, you know, all our forgiveness and we're literally creating the path. Every motion, everything we add is building your masterpiece of art, which is your life. And suddenly you will then see things coming together. But even when it comes together, and this is the beautiful thing, it's an initiation into the new. And here we go. So we go again. We go again, initiate, like its cycle has been fulfilled. And then what starts to happen is if we stand on top of the mountain, we stand there for a while, but because we are human, there will come this inner kind of desire, and that's the initiation. A new initiation into greater alignment with the heart and the emotions and the divinity. More embodiment, and then the integration. And usually the integration is the moment what takes the most. The initiation is pretty fast. When you know your desire and you feel it, you like the awakening. It happens a lot in activations. It's like, I know, like I remember. And then the embodiment where you do it in your like home and during the day, you're doing all the emotions. That works. And then it's like, how courageous am I? And how ready am I to bring this and blend this in my life? And how willing am I? It was a softening of the heart to be vulnerable in this process. Because if in the integration, the key is the heart. Okay? In the integration process, the key is heart. Nothing else, not your divinity. Sometimes people become divinity snobs. I know it so well for you, the divinity snob, okay? They know everything about spirituality and they will tell all the people. And then they wonder why they are not doing it. Well, wrong one. Heart. Vulnerability, empowered, okay? Not victim. empowered vulnerability, where you're willing to really show what's going on behind the scenes. Not look at me, I'm so embodied, I'm so spiritual, I'm so successful, I'm so da 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 da, I know it all. Protection shield. No. Let's take that out. And let's see the people who are not as awakened as equals. Yeah? Their voice is as important as your voice. Their desire is as important as yours. Their opinion is as important as yours. And when we can understand this in the integration field, we suddenly start to quantum. Because what starts to happen is it's an opening. When you open the heart and you allow real intimacy in, that doesn't mean I tell you what to do. Intimacy means I'm showing you what's hard for me, what I feel, what I experience, how important you are, how much I love you, and how I really want us to move in this co-creation together. I want you to succeed. I want you to be happy. I want to listen to you. I want to hold you and embrace you, just like I want you to do that for me. This is in integration. This is compassion, connection, in movement, in motion. So this part, it went really well. Now it starts. Oh. If I talk too long, it starts. Let's leave me for a moment and come with your, so I can cough a little and you can just comment what in this, because this is an important part when I talk about the integration. It's an actual practice. If you succeed in this, you succeed. So let's see what's landing in this piece when it comes down to integration. Yeah, it's that beautiful, right, Hanneke? The heart and aligning with the other in whatever way, and quantum leap because of that. We can only quantum leap together if we allow this unification, there we go again, to happen between us. Being real. Being real is an important one. Showing what's really going on. Yeah, equal from the heart. Awareness, practice. I find my awareness of the energy I bring to a situation or conversation can change everything. If you feel someone is really genuinely open, does that not change the game? When we could look and come into alignment, this is what I mean with leading in a different way. When you can come in situations where you have been doing the same forever and ever, in your relationships, in how you see yourself, in how you live, and you can change that. That is what integration is of divinity. That is what unification, what it creates in your connection with the person or the object. And then what starts to happen is you take out the resistance. Can you feel that as it's real? It's interesting. We try to be someone or something we are not. And when we just show what's really going on, we open the portals because we release all the barriers, all of the protection shields. This is it, empowered vulnerability. And as we do, people can connect to us and we can connect with them, equal. And we start to create this field between us where we can elevate together. Vulnerability is our superpower. Yes, and it's when we are empowered in our vulnerability. That means we don't only show it when it's like this and we start to cry and oh, it's like, I'm choosing to show you this. I don't have to, because I can hide it. If I want to, I can hide this for you. I can just pretend my way. This is what we do a lot of the times because we've been hurt so often or not understood or not appreciated or whatever's going on, like one of those and more. So we just gave up. We learned that this version of us is more accepted. And then we forgot that our superpower is to be all of who we are, human, real, pure frequency. Pure love is as beautiful as pure grief, true or false. There's no wrong, like what starts happening is we start to make grief something weird and love something weird. We make something weird out of it. We start to put all these things into place. But when we can align with the pureness of our heart, we can be angry and still be beautiful. Anyone ever seen anyone who's angry and beautiful simultaneously? Yes. We can be in full laughter and beautiful because the energy, it just makes me cry. The energy is pure and gold. We can be in fear, but if we're open about it, we can be all. What if we can create a world where we are the example and lead with this for ourselves, because it's just good for the soul, it's good for our heart, it's good for our physical, but it's good for us. But it's also good for the people around us because it will give them permission to be vulnerable, to be real, to show. And now the unity consciousness can just flow abundantly in these situations and relationships. Let's see. Allow vulnerability from inner truth. Yes, empowered vulnerability. Intimacy is showing what's hard for you, how much you love someone. Equality. If you liberate yourself, you liberate others. Learning for me to express in divine vulnerability. I'm being me. Yes. I love the idea that being open can be a powerful choice. Very, very powerful. Just look at one of your relationship, which is not really working as you would love. And then see how preoccupied you come into the conversation with the other person. And then see if you would do it in a different way. And sometimes it takes a while because your mind goes into, but I'm right. And they're doing it. Like that's just the mind kind of going into safety protection, right? So just know that will happen. And then you go lean into, I'm safe. It's safe to show. Because really what I feel is I'm hurt because of this, or I'm missing you. I love you and I miss you. And when you lead with that, what we do is we allow the divinity to flow through us. It's like when you are on a slide. As a child, I would do that. Like we would hold the water, right? At the top, and then woof, we allow it. And then this is what we do. But when we allow the slide, then everything can flow. Chris, realizing we're all sending masters, remembering who and what we are. Yes. After a clearing, now open to express safety and warmth. Grief is love. You're making me cry here. Oh, well, it's because it's genuinely, I think, what wants to come through, but also what is, and where we are being led into our realness. It has been a misconception that spirituality is outside of us and we need to be perfect. Like I find it very tiring. If people would ask me and I would say, well, I don't really know, but you are doing that thing, right, online? Yes. Oh, you think I know everything? I now need to live up to the standard that I know. Like I'm human. Of course not. I learn stuff like everyone. I don't even want to be in that position. All emotions are just energy. It feels so feminine and divine. Yes. And this is allowing for the grief to shift. It is. Without the judgment. And what starts to happen energetically, that's why the emotions, the heart is the gateway into the integration. Because what tends to happen is we've learned if you do A, B, in the reality, you get C. Okay. So we learned to operate on a very human doing way. If you do A, B, C. Now we've been talking about the human being a lot, but then it was like, okay, what kind of being? It's how you are in situations. How you are in situations. Yes, we are perfectly imperfect. That means, am I taking all of me in this situation? Is the initiation of the vision clear? This is how I want to lead into this relationship, into this mission, into my wealth, into my health, into whatever you want. Is the initiation clear? Like, am I ready to integrate this? First in my being, becoming whole, that it can come, that I am this embodiment. And now I'm ready to bring this wholeness into the world, but from a divine and human perspective. So I lead with the human so that the divinity can flow through us. Makes sense? This is important. You lead with the human. You don't lead with that will come. But depending on your quality of leading the human, this depends the speed of integration. There's no wrong or right, it just is. The more you can allow your human to be led with everything, the more you can integrate. Because with leading with the everything, what I said about the slide is it's opening a portal. And that portal is like the water, right? That is not just cleaning out this one thing. It's clearing out a lot in your frequency. When you allow it to flow, it's like in the slipstream, all the little things in your reality start to be cleared out as well. Yeah. Lead from the heart. Yeah. Anyway, what starts to happen is we're being led into the 12-12 portal already, right? So the 11-11 was the initiation, and a lot is moving in the energy. So you can expect clearing. You can use this 3-part experience to actually assist you and see like, oh, here I like to initiate something bigger for myself for the new year. Here I like to embody, like focus more on this part in the embodiment. Here I like to focus on the integration. You can just take little steps out into specifics, okay? Because otherwise it becomes a very big thing. If you focus on your relationship, you go through the initiation. What is the desire? What do I really want to experience in this? Then you allow the embodiment in your body, the alignment, so that the alchemy can take place. And then you allow the integration, meaning I'm closing the gap between my spiritual world and my physical world. I am this. I'm doing well with the voice. The message is clear, right? So that went. So you can expect a 12-12 portal activation. We're going to do that. And tomorrow, the Black Friday offers will be disappearing at midnight. So I go briefly over them because I already shared them also in the email. But sometimes it helps when I just voice it. Let's see how far I come. So if you want one-on-one with me, there's a beautiful offer, which is a 3-month offer, which gives you 3 sessions with me and 3 online mentoring days. That looks like we are on Telegram and you are texting me back and forward, and I will give you channeled answers. I will give you personal activations. You can just share success, whatever it is. And in the sessions, we can go deeper. So having a clear view on what you want to embody, and you're ready to do that into the new year will work. Okay. I have limited spots in that. Already spots are taken. So when I have the spots done, it will close. So if you want that, you just go to the email or you send my team an email. That is one-on-one. Then I also have, which is really great offer, which is 4 months access to my morning channeled sessions. I will do a new topic every week. And so on that topic, I go deep, and you get 5 different days with different attunements. Okay, so they're about 15-20 minutes every morning. You can watch the recordings. You get access to the whole library. It's filled with different topics, so you can also go through the recordings. Also, you will have access to 4 months of new master courses. First one will be coming up soon, next week. 3-part master courses, 3 hours on a specific topic. You'll also get access to that, what I already created, which will be things like the other side, the channel, Wealth Decoded. So you get access to all of this for 4 months. That total price is 99 euros now. Every master course itself is 111. And so the intensives is also monthly 111. So instead of, well, do the maths, like 7 times 111 plus the 4 master courses plus the 4 months, you now can get access for the 99. It will lead you really nicely and gently into the new year, and it will keep you activated and expanded, because if you like what I do in here, master courses look like that, only then 3 parts, like 3 days in a row and a different topic every month. I love that you learned a lot and recognized, because a part of it is community, right? I love to create community. That's why for the 99, I also give you access to my community so that you can connect. And anyway, these offers will leave tomorrow midnight. I'm excited to welcome you in. I made it with the voice, so that's really good. If you have any questions, just send us an email. And then I would love to know, like, what did you get out of today, and out of maybe the 3 parts even? If you look at the initiation, and then we did the embodiment, the alchemy part, and now we're doing this. I'm curious. I would love to see your comments. Like, what did you get out of this? I love to take it into integration and embodiment, right? Not just like, oh, good vibe, but what awakened? Super beautiful insights you gave me today. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. It's nice, right? It's like, it's the little things, the little shifts in how you look at things that change everything. Yeah. The 99 over is super generous and an amazing deal. It really is. Yeah, well, you know what's in it, Rex. Some people know what's in it, so they're like, good deal. Like, if you want to come into my world, yes, it's a good deal to come into my world. I love that too. Yeah. Focus leading from the human. Yes. Let's do that. We are the human. I love the integration in the daily life with everybody. Yeah, it's so nice, right? If you can lead in a different way. Trust and surrender, being expanded in my vision, being more solid in the new container I hold. Yes. Spirituality is not outside, but in us. I live with the human so that the divine can flow through me. Yes. What else is coming up? Oh, yeah, you need to catch up. If you come in halfway, you really need to watch the first part. It was really good. So yeah, do that. I will share it tomorrow so you can look at the replay. My children were showing me my anger and grief, which has shifted, knowing where to and how to lead from the heart. Tears were showing me the heart feeling. Oh, I love this so much. I feel like being a mother, and with my children, they are such great teachers for leading from the heart, like the best, right? Because we're connected always. We cannot escape. It's like, I'm in it with you. And so we're like, they're such great masters. We're also helping the collective and others with the integration. It's how we are in situations. Thank you so much. I picked out 2 areas where I can grow with. Thank you. I love the heart as a key and quantum leap from aligning outside while staying focused in your structure. Yes. So much thanks, Sigrid, for your realness and generosity. You are so welcome. Lead from the heart. Integration makes it completely round. Thank you for the example. Big heart and big generosity. Thank you, Dorian. Yes, they're so pure. Integration, I'm being with me a whole new way. My human is so happy to have a deep spiritual connection. Yes, truly helps me to get more into conscious awareness of the present moment. Listen to the embodiment call a few times to really understand, but I love the actual practice you gave us with the chakras. So here's another little tip. You have free access to this. listen multiple times. I'm just saying, sometimes it lands differently. You can go like run off to the next, but also like listen multiple times. That's why when I do a master course every month and you listen multiple times and you like allow that to be embodied and integrated, you make massive quantum leaps. So only for like, it's the listening and the allowing to be in this energy space also what helps to shift a lot. Thank you, Sigrid. Yes, the children lead the way. Prepare the path. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I did the first two a couple of times last week. Great. Thank you for this info about integration. You're so welcome. Anyway, I loved it. And Johanna, can you allow everyone to be unmuted? And I might see you in the master courses. That would be fun. Or in a one-on-one situation, even better. Yes, everyone unmuted? Bye, everyone.
Bye.